financial management for the CPA. Okay. So the only person I seem to know is Joseph. Okay, not know us per se, but that's the only person I've sort of had interaction with. Okay. So I'll begin. Lillian. Okay, Joseph.
Yes.
Okay, Joseph. Joseph has seen to have the video on already. Joseph.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's my pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure to meet you.
Yes, so Joseph Ochieng, okay? My name is Dominic Minor. So someone else, Lillian, I think they seem to be the nurse who is next online there.
Sorry?
Yes, could you switch on the video if it is okay?
Okay.
Yeah, just to get to know each other. Yes, so I'm Dominic Minor, and nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too. I'm Lillian Kasiva.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mwangi, Bridget. Mwangi. Some people are gone. Cynthia. Okay, Lorraine, you can introduce yourself. Lorraine Othiambo. Hey, you guys, you are camera shy. What's happening? Cynthia. Let me admit some people here for the class. Cynthia Theory. Hey, what's happening? Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You can just switch their video there. You can see, I think this should be, you can go to have the control on your side. Against your name, you can see that you can go to have the video on. What's happening? Okay, as Dan will try to sort his issues out. Anne Cleche. Anne. Anne.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. And you?
Fine, thank you. Welcome to the class.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we would want to see your face. I would want to see your face. Maybe there are students who do know you. I have never met you.
At the moment, I'm not able to use the video feature.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, don't you worry.
Okay.
Thank you, Anne.
You're welcome.
Akatu Wheeler.
Yes, sir.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. My name is Dominic Minor. So yours is Akatu Wheeler.
Yes.
Yes. Could we see you through the video, if it is possible?
It's not possible.
It is not possible.
Yeah.
Okay, don't you worry. I think this learning, the new environment for learning has their own issues all over. Okay, it's okay.
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Akatu, through the audio.
You too. Yes.
Okay. Faith Mary Wanjiku.
Yes,
Yes, how are you?
I'm very fine. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you. You don't, I've never met you before, so is it possible to use a video?
My background is not the very best at the moment.
By the way, you can also alter the background on Zoom. As you can see, I'm not in the library myself, but I've just tried to tweak my background on Zoom. It is possible by then to tweak the background on Zoom. Try to search and see in case the background, you can change the background for sure. Anyway.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay. Nice to meet you, Faith.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. Sharon Kendi.
Good evening, sir.
Evening too, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Fine, thank you. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay. Is it possible for you to use a video?
Currently, no. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay, don't you worry. So welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Daniel.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I hope it is possible for you to use a video.
Not at the moment.
Hey, all of you. Anyway, don't you worry. Okay. Okay, nice to meet you, Daniel.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Okay. Clear Wanyama.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Is it possible for you to see a video?
No, because even the Wi-Fi is struggling with audio.
Okay. And by the way, we're going forward, we shall not be using the video is because of data. We want to ensure that we have a seamless class, okay, when it comes to the internet connectivity, as well as for your fellow students. So mostly we won't be using the video, okay, unless when it is necessary, like this first class. However, we won't be using the video, okay, so that we ensure we don't use too much data for other students, okay, as well as we don't strain for them, okay. So you need to use a video, okay? We want to use a video. So as you enter, you shall be, you need to, you stop the video, okay? Then there's someone else who I'm not sure the name, 134629. How are you, 134629?
I'm fine, thank you.
How are you? What's your name?
Immaculate.
Yes, Immaculate. You're well?
Yes, I'm well. You?
Okay, I'm also doing well.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if okay, as time goes by, you may want to have your full name, okay, as it appears on the register, because at the end of the class, we should include signing the register. So you need to adjust to Ahmed, maybe with the full name also, okay?
Okay, I'll do so. All right.
Okay. Is it possible for you to use a video, or is the same thing, like the rest?
No.
Not possible.
No.
Okay, don't you worry then. Nice to meet you, Immaculate.
Pleasure.
Masenyoro. Masi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, nice to meet you. Is it possible for us to see your face?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. I'm not sure that Moses is in. Moses, can you hear us? Okay, I think Moses is trying to connect. Okay, I think those are the people. I think that's all we have for today's class. Okay, so for this class, okay, it's simply an introduction, trying to introduce ourselves to financial management, okay, simply an introduction towards financial management. So I don't intend to teach or go into too much detail, okay, for this class. So it is going to be a simple introduction towards what we call financial management. Then we go through what CASNEP expects of us, okay? What does CASNEP expect of us, okay, for this particular course, okay? Just like any other paper in CPA, okay? Of course, you'll be having or you will be, okay, required as a student to attempt 5 questions, okay, and all those 5 questions, it's worth enough that you attempt all of them, okay. And by the way, I want to say that examining CPAs, they're quite easy, okay, provided you attempt all the question, you will pass by the, okay, most of the time. I don't know if you have ever filled a paper, okay, mostly that in case you do the question, you've passed the paper, but in case you ever filled the paper, okay, try to check whether you did attempt all the question, okay. So most of the time for the CPA exam, okay, the first trick for you to pass the paper is attempting all the questions, okay. So like in the paper, you'll be having 5 questions, okay. There'll be 5 questions that you're meant to attempt, okay. The first trick, I always say, attempt all the question, okay? And of course, for you to be able to attempt all the question, that implies, therefore, you have the knowledge, okay? Of course, you have come to class, okay? We have done all the assignments available. You have done all the necessary work, in short, okay? So the first thing, in an exam situation, always attempt the question, not just for financial management, but like for any other paper. First thing is attempt all the questions that the examiner is going to give you, okay? Attempt all the questions, okay? So there'll be 5 questions. Most of the time, you can see if I was to put a percentage, okay, so 25% of your exam will be computative, okay? So it'll be about you trying to compute some figures, and of course, you devise the management of some given set, okay, set of information, okay? So generally, the first, you have to ensure, therefore, becoming the calculator. That's given, okay? Like just like for another paper that you've done in the past, okay? So of course, you must come with the calculator, okay? So that as we shall be computing some of these figures along the way, okay? That should be the first thing. Then 25% will be what we call discursive questions, okay? So the other 25% will be discursive questions. We are told, for example, explain the advantages of using debt over equity, okay? Explain the advantages, explain why the company may want to pursue this objective, okay? So it's more about discussing, it's about discussion. So you'll be asked to have discussion on some bit, but it'll be 25%, okay? So definitely that means, therefore, you have to get back, you get your math back, okay, in short, okay? For this paper, the prerequisite, can I say that it's more towards, can I say that management accounting, okay? Management accounting could be one of what we call the prerequisite, okay? The course you may need to have done before, okay? Which I think we all have all done that, okay? The management accounting, okay? Last semester. But it doesn't mean that in case it was tough then that it will be tough even here, not necessarily, okay? The bit shall be borrowing from the previous paper is very minimal. Okay, so it's not that huge that it should cause alarm. No, generally it's quite minimal. Okay. Then, so the 5 question, of course, 20 marks to the question. So 5 times 20, that give therefore the 100% of your marks. Okay. As per the CASNEP, they normally say that the pass mark is 50%. So of course, the aim is to get at least half of the marks the examiner does provide in the exam. Okay, so get at least half of them, okay? But of course, there are some what we call key topics, okay, that I think I'll be mentioning along the way, okay? So so there's some topics that we shall give more concentration, okay? There's some topics that we're going to try to give more time, okay? Because from experience, okay, the examiner will more frequently, okay, be asking those questions. So we shall try as much as possible to pay attention to those topics that essentially they have more weight, okay. The chance of them being asked is more frequent. So we shall attempt to do that, okay. What else can I introduce the first topic? Any question, by the way? Any question you can ask? I think for now, it is possible for you to unmute yourself. So for now, you can unmute yourself. But as time goes by, I'll be meeting all of you, okay? So that we can have a cohesive class. And of course, unmuting when there's need. But any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question that you have on this particular course. By the way, it's a really easy course, okay? It is hard. I know that the course is going to be hard if you do not do your bit. If you do not do your part, okay, you don't come for class, you don't do attend the assignments that I shall be giving you once in a while, okay, when there's a need. But that's essentially how it will be like, okay. So it's an easy unit, okay, if only that you can do your bit, okay. From my side, I'll try as much as possible to give what is necessary and then of course from your side, I'll be expecting to do the same. So give your best. Of course, you're all going to be happy in case you do pass the paper, okay? But of course, you're going to be much more happier, you as the individual student, okay? Because it is you who's going to pass the paper. So generally, therefore, don't forget all the effort that you'll be attempting to put in place is to guide you, okay? Is to assist you, okay? To get the best out of the course, okay? And of course, I'm here to help you out, okay? So of course, get the best out of the lecturer. This is a resource, okay? Again, you have to pay for the class either way, okay? So generally, you have to get the best out of what you pay for, okay? So try to be as engaging as possible, okay? And I think you shall have quite a good session for all of us. So ask questions, okay? Get the best out of the people available, okay? The lecturers, okay? The administrator. So get the maximum out of them, okay? And I'm here, okay? And that's why I have to come to class, okay? To of course help you out to get the best, okay? To pass your paper, okay? So any questions so far from your side? Joseph, question?
Generally, at the moment, we don't have. Okay, personally, I don't have a question. Maybe
Okay.
in the course of the class.
Mm.
Yeah, but we are hoping that these classes will be recorded for
Yes.
at least easy revision.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thanks for putting that across. Yes, all the classes I shall be having, I will be recording them. Then, of course, at the end of the class, I will try to create a YouTube, okay, more sort of video, okay, upon which you can make reference to in future. Yes, I will record them. Thank you, Joseph, for that. Yes, I will.
And also to note, maybe we'll need to get the enrollment key for e-learning.
For the e-learning, yes, thank you for that.
Yes.
No, actually, let me just show you how to access the e-learning. So let me share my screen, okay? I'll show you how we can access the notes on the e-learning. So give me a second, I take you through the e-learning. You can see my screen, isn't it? You can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, okay. So of course, the normal way, elearning.strathmore.edu, okay? Of course, you need to log in, okay? So I hope, by the way, all your accounts are working, that it is possible for you to log into the e-learning. I hope they can do that. If you can't, by the way, try to ask the administrator to sort you out, okay? Because sometimes once in a while, I would want us, okay, what I call sort of a quick, not revision, it's quick revision, sort of, okay? That once you know the topic, I might give you some question which I want a quick response, okay? Not like an assignment where we shall do, for example, once in a week, okay? Or maybe 3 times, or maybe once in every 2 weeks. But essentially, I want a quick response. So once in a while, I'll be asking, okay, if it's possible, okay? We shall be doing some quick response question, which will be based on the e-learning. So if your e-learning is not working, try to ask the administrator to sort you out, okay? As I mentioned, I will be putting some questions there for quick response. Once you're done with, for example, with topic 1, I may want to get a quick feedback, okay? How did you understand that particular topic, okay? By asking you some question, okay? Very simple question, very straightforward question, okay? So have your e-learning sorted out, okay? Anyway, so back to the e-learning. So of course, once you log in, you go to the Strathmore Institute of Management and Technology, okay? Where my cursor is, okay? Then of course, go to professional courses. CPA. Now the course is in full-time. It has been classified in the full-time groups. Okay, so not the evening class, but the full-time. So as you come here, check on CPA full-time. So click on the full-time. And section 3. Okay. And you can see here, there is 2 financial management paper that you'll find there, but to check the one where I am the lecturer, you can see here, we have financial management full-time, and you'll see that I am the teacher there, okay? So here there's another financial management, but this is for a different class altogether, okay? So check this one out where I am the lecturer. You can see it has a key here, okay? So of course, once you click on it, it will ask you for enrollment key, okay? So the key should be CPA 3. So the key is CPA 3, where all the letters are small letters. Okay, CPA 3 being a numeric, it's a number. Okay, CPA 3 is a key. So once you click on it, it will ask you to provide the key. Okay, so just put in CPA 3 as the enrollment key. Okay, clear so far?
Yes.
Okay, now here I've put the materials, okay, all the way from the first topic to the last topic, okay, so I've put more materials you should be using. First topic is there, sorry for that, so the first topic is there, second topic, third topic, fourth, all the way to the last topic that you should be using along the way, okay, so they're all there, okay. However, these notes are for only your consumption, okay. So in the past, some students have tried to sell my notes to some third party on the street of Nairobi. So they're only for your own consumption. So don't do that. Don't try to sell my notes. Okay, they're only for your own consumption. So only use them for class purposes. Okay. Anyway, so yes, that is how you shall be accessing the e-learning. I hope that's all clear for all of you. Anyone who have a question on the e-learning? So Joseph, I hope that's clear on the e-learning. Joseph? Hey, Joseph, you went mute. Anyway, I hope that's okay to all of you. Anyone else with a question or a clarification that you want to ask before we do go to the course outline? Anyone else with a question? Okay, so I think I pre-assume that silence implies that we are all okay. Okay, don't forget, in case of a question, you can always ask at any point in time. Okay, at any point in time. Okay, so don't shy away from asking questions. Strathmore will not shy away from receiving your school fee. So don't shy away from asking questions. So ask questions, get the best out of the resource you have at your disposal. Okay, so ask questions, get the best out of the lecturers for sure. Okay. Okay, so in case there's no question, then I guess we can go straight to the syllabus set out by the examiner, that is by Kasnet. Okay, so at this point in time, I will pause my video. Okay, and now audio and the presentation follows. Okay. Okay, so this is the syllabus that the examiner does require of us, okay, to go through. And as mentioned, this is a very easy paper, okay, provided, of course, as mentioned, you do your bit as a student, okay, and by doing your bit as a student, what I mean by that is you come to class, okay, where you are stuck, ask question. Don't leave that class with some, I don't know, hanging question, okay. Ask the lecturer, get to understand, okay, how you got the figure, okay. I got 100, okay, from your side you got 45. You ask question, why did I get 45, okay, why did you get 100, okay, ask for clarification. So get the best out of the resource you have at your disposal. So get the best out of what you have at your disposal, okay. So that is the easiest way of passing, okay. And of course, in your main exam, which we hope you do in November, December there, okay, of course, will be you will attempt all the question, okay, all the 5 questions that the custom expect of you to do. You attempt all of them in any paper, not just in financial management, in any of the paper, okay. I presuppose that that's true of what should happen, okay. Okay, so this is the syllabus you should be following. Okay, thank you for your patience. So the course outline, okay, that we shall go through, that the examiner expect of us, okay, is as follow, okay. So of course the first topic, okay. So I'm just following what the examiner has provided their syllabus to be like. However, when we shall be doing the actual classes, I might not follow exactly how this syllabus is like, okay. Of course, all the topics that are there, we shall discuss them, okay. However, the way they follow each other, I might not follow what exactly the examiner does follow here, okay. Why? Because of the simple reason that most of the time, okay, there's some topic that becomes easier to understand once you have discussed some other topics earlier on, okay. So those topics that are, let's say, leading topics, okay, that before you discuss, for example, one of the topics you'll discuss is on appraisal, okay. Appraisal is simply trying to get, for example, the value of an investment. The company would want to expand they would want to increase their investment, okay, from this particular market to the market. They want to move from Kenya to Uganda, okay. So the investment in Uganda, of course, you have to make a decision. Is the investment in Uganda going to be value added, okay? Since this is going to be project that costs money, you must do this analysis. It's a must, okay, not an option. It's a must for the company to do this analysis, okay? Trying to determine whether it is worthwhile for the company to invest in this new project, okay? So what does it therefore entail? Therefore, as a company, not as a company, you as a finance manager, okay, you must, for example, use time. You must get, for example, time value of money. Okay, now what do we mean by time value of money? 1,000. You know, I said that if you're going to receive 1,000 in 2 years' time, okay, it does not have the same value today, okay. If you have someone you had 1,000, okay, 5 years ago, the value of that 1,000 is not the same 1,000 that was there in 2015, okay. The value most likely has decreased, okay. So definitely, therefore, when it comes to the appraisal, there's a topic we need to discuss first, okay. What we call time value of money, okay. So there's some things that I want to be following exactly as the examiner is asking us to follow, okay. For the ease of trying to understand things, for the ease of trying to have topic that what we call prerequisite topics, okay, which we shall I will discuss them first for those other topics, okay. So I will not follow exactly what the examiner follows here, okay. Anyway, this is the syllabus, so I'm just going to go through the syllabus as it is, okay. So the first topic is going to be an overview of financial management. So in this topic, we shall simply introduce what do we mean financial management, okay? What does financial management entail, okay? And just simply to introduce a bit of it. Financial management simply the management of company funds, the management of company capital, the management of company cash, the management of company money, okay? In order for the company to achieve its objective, okay? So the main purpose of managing the company finances, manage the company funds, manage the company cash is simply to assist the company in achieving its objective, okay? So that management of company funds, capital, cash, okay, whatever time you would call it, okay, is what referred to as financial management, okay? Don't forget, all these are meant to be geared towards assisting the company achieve its ultimate objective. Or, for example, increasing profit, whatever it is the company they want to pursue. But the management of company funds, capital, money, cash, okay, finances, okay, is referred to as financial management, okay. Then we shall discuss the same topic, okay. What are the objectives of a firm, okay? What are the company? What are some of the objectives a firm might be following, okay? What may a firm want to achieve, okay? So company can achieve, may want to pursue what we call financial and the non-financial objective, okay? Financial and the non-financial objective, okay? What the difference is simply, when it comes to the case of financial objective, you are simply pursuing a financial goal, okay? That at the end of the day, you're going to say that we have achieved this objective by assessing that objective using what we call a financial metric, as a financial metric, okay? You're going to be using, you're going to be in some sort of quantitative measures, okay? Financial quantitative measures to assess the achievement of the objective. One of the example, okay? example of the objective could be to achieve the profit, to maximize the company profit. Okay, of course that would be the key financial objective. Okay, about maximization of the shareholders' wealth. Okay, maximization of the company profit. Okay, so what are some of the financial objectives the company may want to pursue? Okay, increasing or an objective to increase the earnings per share. Okay, so in this topic we are discussing what are some of the conventional, okay, the common, okay, financial objectives that company can pursue. Okay, then what are the non-financial objectives the company can pursue? So in this case, therefore, in the case of the non-financial objectives, therefore, they are more towards over and above the financial objectives. What other objective can company want to pursue? For example, okay, do you think an increase in market share? Okay, assume that Safaricom currently they do control, for example, let's say 60% of the voice. Okay, in telecommunication industry. Okay, they do control 60% of the voice, or they control, let's say, 80% of the data. Okay, just an example. Do you think the company pursuing an objective, okay, the company pursuing what we can call the shareholders, no, the management pursuing the increase of the market share is a financial or non-financial objective? You got a question? Okay, let me just repeat. Do you think the manual objective of increasing the market share, you are Airtel, okay? Safaricom has, in quote, eaten on your market share for quite some time, okay? Currently, you only control 10% of the voice. You want to increase the market share from 10% to 30%. So is that a financial objective, or do you think that is a non-financial objective? Is that financial or non-financial objective? I'm trying to get someone to help us out here. Yes, Anne, you have a question? Or you have an answer? Yes, Anne. Kaleche.
I was saying I think it's a financial objective.
Oh, you think it's a financial objective. Why do you think it's a financial objective, Anne?
I think because when you think of a non-financial objective, I'm thinking maybe in terms of how to serve your consumers better, but the way you're saying about market share, that is all about numbers.
It's about the numbers.
Yes.
Okay, it's cool. Okay. That sounds convincing. Let me take someone else here. Yeah, thank you, Anne. Thank you. Hey, there was someone else. Where have you gone? Oh, someone else had his hand up. Yes, Sharon. Sharon.
Yeah, okay. On the market share. Okay, I think it's a financial also because I think for the company, for Airtel, for example, to try to increase its market share in the market, in the economy, they'll have to spend a certain amount of money so that they'll be able to do that. So that's the reason why I'm thinking about that. If it could be a non-financial decision, I think non-financial might be a decision whereby it doesn't involve a company putting in funds, maybe other skills, but not funds.
No, not money.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a good way to look at it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Now, as we shall discuss it alone, okay, generally, okay, when it comes to the market share, okay, now how do you assess whether you have achieved the objective or not? But that's the question. When it comes to the market share, how do you make an assessment whether the company has achieved or not? Are you going to use a financial measure to assess whether the objective has been met or not? think through. When it comes to the market share, for example, one of the example of the financial objective was profit maximization. So at the end of the year, at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, the company has to sit down and say that, have we achieved the objective? So they're going to be using profit. That's money either way, okay? When it comes to the non-financial objective, when it comes to the increase the market share, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, are they going to be using a financial measure to assess whether they have achieved the objective or not? What do you think? Yes, over and above what Sharon and Anne, I guess, yes, and Anne have answered. What do you think is an increased market share a financial or a non-financial objective? Don't forget, for the case of the financial objectives, okay, the one I've just mentioned, don't forget you're going to be assessing whether the objective has been achieved using a financial measure. So as per say in quote, let's use in quote, okay, you're going to be using about money. In the case of the non-financial objective, it's not about the money, okay? We are not going to be using a non-financial metric, a non-financial measure to assess the achievement of the objective. Do you get it? I hope it's a bit now clear. So from now, do you think from that explanation, is it financial or non-financial objective? Or all of you are the proponents of that the increase in market share is a non-financial objective, is a financial objective? You can't be all this blank. I know you have an idea. So share it out, okay? Bring it forth to the class. We see whether it's good or not. By the way, one of the best way, by the way, to always even, okay, for my case, I don't know for the other lecturers, one of the way that the class becomes very motivating, even I think even for all of you, is in case the class is very participative, okay? So you participate, you even encourage the people, not just you, okay? You encourage the lecturer, you encourage the student, okay, to ask questions. So don't shy away, as I mentioned, don't shy away from asking questions or even answering. There is no one here who's meant to pin you down. We're all in class, we're all coming here to learn. Okay, so don't shy away from asking questions. There's no dumb question. Ask those questions. That's where you came to learn. No one of you has done, okay, have in quote, passed this paper. So we are all here to learn. Okay, so don't shy away from asking questions. Okay. Yes, one that 4639. That's immaculate. Yes, I hope. Yes, immaculate.
I agree with both of them that it's a financial objective because I feel like it's directly related to wealth maximization because it's dealing with market share. So I still think it's a financial objective.
It's a financial objective. Let me ask you, immaculate. Now, if at the end of the, let's say at the end of the year, okay, you as maybe the marketing manager, I want to guess maybe that's it is going to be within the docket of marketing manager to ask this question that we wanted to increase our market share from 10% to 30%. Okay, so as you report to the board, okay, the board of director, okay, at the end of the year, how are you going to be asking this question? Are you going to be saying that this is the money that we have brought? How would you ask the question? I'm trying to think about it. What do you think?
On how they're going to raise the market share?
No, the board at the beginning of the year, the month of January, the board told you that our market share is 10%. So you as a marketing manager, we want to increase the market share from 10% to 30%. Now it's the end of the year, okay? And you want to report to the board. How do you report to the board? Are you going to be using financial measures, or how do you report to the board?
Oh, okay. I think you're supposed to give suggestions on how, like, the various ways in which you think is best suitable to increase the market share. That's okay. Now I think, you can even consider the non-financial because raising the market share involves both ways, but I'm still not certain.
50-50. Anyway, thank you, Immaculate. Daniel, let me check on Daniel. Daniel.
Yeah.
Yes, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be non-financial because
yes,
one of the strategies of raising your market shares, for instance, can be lowering your price. You can lower your price so that you can attract more customers. So at the end of the year, how you determine whether the market shares have increased, or you can use by the number of customers, the new customers that. So making it might be non-financial because you can lose money in the process of gaining more customers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. That's another way of trying to look at it. Thank you, Daniel. And now, Candy, let me unmute you. Yes, Candy.
Okay. I wanted to share the point that Daniel has said. Like, I think as a marketing manager, mostly, when giving the report, I'll focus on the number of customers the company has acquired.
So, do you think it's financial based on that?
Yeah, because if the funds. At times, when we check on only the profit, we can be in a position whereby we haven't got the profit that the company needs, but now we have like a certain number of customers that now the company has increased. So we might predict with that for the future, maybe. So I think that's the report I can give.
Okay, so based on that, do you think that increase the market share could be a financial objective the company can pursue or a non-financial objective?
I think it's both.
You think it falls into both?
Yes, we can. You can measure by both. Yeah.
Okay. Generally, we normally classify we normally classify the increase in market share as a non-financial objective. Of course, the impact they might be having as you pursue the increase in market share, I think it was Daniel who mentioned that you can lower your prices. If you lower your prices, then because you have an impact on the finance side, okay, either the profit will be decreasing, there'll be something that can be happening. So at the end of the day, okay, what really matters whether you want to make an assessment whether the objective is finance or non-financial objective is how do you measure whether the objective has been achieved. Are you using a financial metric or are you going to use a non-financial metric? For example, to increase the market share, at the end of the year, you may use how many customers have you been able to gain from the competitor. That's a non-financial metric, okay? But in case you want to assess the profit, how much profit has increased between January and the month of March, okay? That's a financial objective. So the easiest way to assess whether the objective is financial or non-financial, check as to whether or how do we assess the achievement of the objective. Do we use a financial metric or do we use a non-financial metric? Okay. Like in this case, therefore, the case of the increased market share, conventionally, it will be more of a non-financial objective, even though the impact it might have will have a financial impact. But in itself, it was not a financial objective. Okay, I hope you can see from that angle. Okay, now there's someone else who had. Okay, I think they have gone into hiding. Anyway, okay, so that's what we'll be discussing in that particular topic. Simply discussing what are the financial objectives and what are the non-financial objectives. What's the problem, okay, if the company pursue this one financial objective only? What's the problem in case the company pursues only profit maximization? What's the problem in case the company pursues increase in earnings per share? What's the problem in case the company pursue only increase in market share? Okay, so there will be what we call sort of interaction, okay, the pros and the cons, okay, for each of the major objectives that the company can pursue, both financial and the non-financial objectives, okay. That is going to be more or less going to be topic one, okay. Maybe the other thing that goes into topic one is called the agency theory, okay, the theory on agency, okay. And here, what do you mean by that? Simply, in most cases, okay, company, the owners of the business will not be the managers of the business unless this is a small company, unless this is a family business most of the time, okay? The shareholders, the owner of the business, shall be appointing managers, shall be appointing agents, okay, who are meant to run the affairs of the company, okay, who is meant to implement, okay, their, can I say, the people who are meant to be, they're meant to be there, okay, to implement the decision of the shareholder, okay, to put into action plan. Okay? So more or less, you can say, therefore, the managers in that case, therefore, they are the agents of the shareholder, and the shareholders, therefore, are the principal. Okay, so the coordination, the relationship between the managers and the shareholder, between the agent and the principal, is sort of going to be defined as the agency theory. Okay. Then you should discuss what other agency relationship can exist in a company. Okay, you can have the case of the shareholders in the government, for example. Okay, the government, the shareholders do apply to the government for the taxation, to have tax to file for the tax. Why the shareholder? Why the company, therefore, of course, through the shareholder, how to file the government for taxation? Because they are accountable to the government of the country. Okay. Why do the shareholder have to be in compliance with certain laws and regulation? For example, the NEMA regulation, because they are accountable to the government in some way. Okay, so that implies, therefore, in that case, therefore, you can say that the government in this case can be the principal, and the shareholder the agent. So the shareholders are meant to be accounting, okay, to the government on how, for example, they are running their affairs in terms of, I don't know, pollution, in terms of the amount of profit they've made, and by implication, the amount of tax they're meant to pay to the KRA. Okay, so as per se, you can also have the case of the government and the shareholder being part and parcel of an agency relationship. Okay, so that's what we'll be discussing also in topic 1. Okay, so that's simply going to be therefore our topic 1. Okay. Hope that's clear on topic 1. Okay, that is what we'll be discussing in topic 1. Now, topic 2, I will not discuss. Topic 2 as it's easier. Okay, I will not discuss it right now. Okay, I think there are some other better things to discuss first. Okay, so this is going to be, let me just put it. This is going therefore to be our topic 1. We shall discuss together that one as topic 1. Topic 2, as it appears here, I'll discuss way later on. Okay, I think I'll come back to it. So topic 2, okay, is going to be on financial market and financial institution, okay, which appears here as topic 3, financial market and financial institution. Now, generally, okay, one of the decisions that you have to make as a finance manager is on financing. By financing is, for example, determining we want to invest in this particular machine. One of our old machine is not working properly. So what do you want? We want to buy a new one. We want to replace a new with a new one. But all this is going to cost money. So the question remains: now, who is going to finance you? Who is going to give you money? Okay, so you must answer that question. Okay, who is going to give the money? Okay, who is going to how much? If you're going to obtain money from shareholders, for example, if the money is going to come from shareholder, the owner of the business, what return do they want? Okay, so there are things that you have to consider. Okay, so the first key question we need to answer is, where is the money going to come from? And the money will come from financial institutions and financial markets. What the difference between financial institution and financial market is simply, if you do remember in your economics, okay, they are called the surplus unit in the economy, and you have the so-called the deficit unit. Okay, so financial markets, if you're going to be having this deficit unit, that is those people who have need for money, okay, and the surplus unit, those people who have more money than what they need. Okay, if you're going to have a case where the one who is in need of money is going to go directly and ask the money from the one who have excess, okay, then we say the transaction occurs in the financial markets. Okay, then you can have a case where there's going to be a need for intermediary. It is not possible for you as the one in need of money. You can be able to trace and tell that this is a person who has more money than they need. So that's going. It's most cases it might not happen. So what do? we have, for example, a case of a bank. Okay, a bank comes over. Okay, what do? They'll be accepting deposits. Okay, from people. Okay, there'll be depositors. Okay, the one who will be depositing money in the bank. Okay, at the same time, there's going to be borrowers. Okay, so the borrower, that is the people in need of money, are going to go through an intermediary to obtain the depositors' money. Okay, so they don't go to the depositors in quote directly. So they're going to be going through an intermediary. Okay, someone who is in between. Okay, so generally, therefore, what happens therefore is that we can say this transaction is not occurring in the financial market, but is occurring in the financial institution, a financial intermediary. Okay. Yes, Daniel, you have a question. Ask Daniel.
Yeah, I have an issue with the screen that you're sharing.
Oh, you can't see it clearly.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, it's a PDF. Now, most of the time PDFs, they normally have a problem. Yeah. Okay. Let me check someone else whether they can see my screen well. Joseph, can you see my PDF well? Is it clear? Joseph? Oh, your voice is not working. Oh, you're the one who is asking. Let me check. I don't know whether in case you can see it really clearly. Lillian.
Yes, I think what he needs to do is to zoom, to expand the screen.
Okay. From your side,
Then,
you can see it clearly.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, because of time, what happened in the PDFs is that in case your internet connection is a bit slow, it doesn't load very well. No, I don't know. Let me check someone else. Sharon? Sharon?
Okay, what happens is it freezes at one point and then it comes back clear. So it's not like at the same, like after some time it's clear, after the next time it freezes. So I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay. No, Daniel.
Like right now it's clear. In the next, yeah.
Okay.
Right now it's clear, very clear, yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I think I'll be pausing so that it loads for all of you. Okay, I'll try to see. It's more towards the connection side, the connectivity. So I'll try as much as possible to be pausing so that it loads for all of you. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So in the case of the financial, Daniel, I hope it is able to resolve the issue by it resolve it as time goes by. I hope it is able to do that. I hope. Anyway, so in the case of financial institution, I think I was discussing all the difference. Yes, the financial institution and the financial market. So in this topic, we seem to be introducing what do we by financial market, what do we with financial institutions, what are some of the examples of financial market, what are some of the examples of financial institutions. We have given an example here, the bank. Okay, of course, bank is the classic example of the financial institutions or financial intermediary. We have the case of SACCOs, in the case of Kenya, they are there. We have the case of mutual funds, insurance company, pension schemes, pension funds, okay? So all these, okay, the merry-go-round, okay? Chamas in quote, okay? So all these are a way of trying to obtain money, okay, to finance the business, okay? So as I say, these are going to be more towards the financial institution, okay? Because the one who needs the money don't go directly to the one who have the excess. So they go through an intermediary. They go through someone else, okay, through another institution, okay? So we call them the financial institutions. So in that case, therefore, we also discuss what are some of the means the company can use to obtain the money, okay? For example, in the case you go to the bank is going to give you a loan, okay? That's a means of getting the money, okay? If you don't want to obtain money directly from the one who have excess, one of the way you can do that is by issue of shares, okay? Where you have a company A goes to the NSE, okay, the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and say, I want to issue my shares to the market, okay? I want to issue at this particular price. Okay, so it can happen. So the shares, therefore, in that case, therefore, become the means of the company obtaining the money. Okay, and of course, in this case, therefore, the transaction is occurring in the financial market because company ABC is going to obtain money directly from the shareholders, okay, or from the public. Okay, there's no need for intermediary in this case. Therefore, you're simply going to be going to the market as the people. I want to give you my shares in my company. Give me the money. Simple as that. Okay, that's the simplest explanation of how the stock market operates. Okay, I need 1 billion. I need 100 million cash here to make an investment. I'm going to give you a portion of my own of my company. Okay, in form of shares. Okay, in return, give me the money. Okay, so they're going to occur also in the financial markets. Okay. So that's what we discuss in topic number 2. Okay. The next topic, I'll skip all this. Let me skip all this and go to the next topic. Will be on working capital management. So this, therefore, will be our topic number 3 on working capital management. This is going to be our topic number 3, working capital management. What do you mean by working capital? Actually, what is working capital? Before we discuss how we manage working capital, what is working capital? What do you think is working capital? You have frozen out, all of you. Don't forget, working capital is simply the funds, okay, the capital, the money that the company requires in order for it to run the company operations smoothly. Okay, the money that you need, the capital that you require in order for you to pay for your electricity, to pay for the water bills, to pay for your suppliers when the invoice is due, to pay for the employees when the salaries becomes due. Okay, so the capital you require in order for you to run your business effectively, efficiently, is what we refer to as to maintain or to be able to simply run your day-to-day operation is what we refer to as working capital management. Okay, this is what we refer to as working capital management. Okay. So in this topic, our main idea is how do we manage, therefore, that money, that capital? How do we manage that capital? The first thing that, why do you want to manage? You want to manage because of 2 things. One is to be able to make profit, of course, that for any business. Actually, I forgot to mention this, that the core perspective we take when it comes to financial management is for a public listed company. We assume that we are dealing with a public listed company. Okay, so this company is listed in the case of Kenya in the Nairobi Securities and Exchange. Okay, so that's the key assumption. Okay, not in quote a family business, not in quote a school. Okay, not in quote of a charity, an NGO. No, we take the perspective of public listed company. Okay, either way. So going back to the topic. So the core was a company. This is a company like Safaricom. Okay, company like KPLC. In this case, is a KPLC listed. Okay, KPLC is a bit murky anyway. Company like EMBL. Okay, they are listed with the purpose of making money for their shareholder, for the owners of the business. Okay, so of course they have. Of course, as a key objective, okay, or that we want to ensure that as a company we make profit. At the same time, you also want to ensure that you don't use all your money. You want to make profit, that's true, okay, by buying the inventory, by buying the raw material, but you also want to ensure, on the other hand, that you have money that you can use to pay off your employees' salaries once they become due and payable, that you have money to pay for your suppliers once the invoice becomes due, okay? Don't forget, the suppliers can file for you to be liquidated, okay? If you can't pay them money on time, okay? If a supplier says that you owe me, you are maybe task case to market, okay? You have not paid our dues. You haven't paid our invoice for the last 3 months. Going forward, we are going to sue you, or we are not going to supply you in extra. So the company, you may have to consider, do we have enough money to pay our obligations, okay, as and when they fall due? So there are two objectives you want to achieve when it comes to working capital. First, you want to make profit because this is an investment. This is money you put down, as well as you can also ensure that you do remain liquid. You can be able to have some money. You don't invest all the money, okay? You don't invest all the money towards the inventory. You have some money that you keep as a company to pay for the obligations, to pay for electricity, to pay for water bills, okay? To pay for your employees once the account comes you're payable, to pay for your suppliers, okay? So those are the two objectives you want to pursue. So as you manage working capital, you want to achieve those two objectives, to make profit and to remain liquid. Now, what makes up working capital? What makes working capital? Actually, another way of trying to define working capital is that working capital is the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Okay, working capital is the excess of current assets over current liabilities. Okay, that's simply what we mean by working capital. Therefore, what makes therefore current assets and what makes therefore current liabilities makes what we mean by what makes what we mean by working capital. Okay, that's what makes working capital. Okay. However, we shall not discuss all that makes up working capital. Okay, because current assets can have prepayment, we can have inventory, you can have cash, you can have short-term market securities. Okay, so we are going to be discussing the core, the main components that makes up current assets. In this case, therefore, we are going to discuss inventory. Okay, we discuss cash, we discuss debtors. Okay, those three components makes up what we call they're the major components of current assets, which we shall be discussing. So actually, in themselves, there will be subtopics within the working capital management as a topic. So we shall be discussing how do we manage stock, how do we manage cash, and how do we manage debtors. Okay. If anything, I think you must have discussed in management accounting the management of inventory. You have discussed, for example, the use of the EOQ model, isn't it? You have, I guess, that's my guess. That some of we have already discussed, for example, the use of the EOQ model. Okay, so I have someone here who would want to talk to you. Just give me a minute. There's someone who would want to, the administrator would want to talk to you. Let me give an administrator some few minutes to talk to you. So let me unmute him, and he wants to talk to you. So let me give him a chance. So Jose Maria.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Mine is just a quick message. Kindly requesting that if amongst you have elected a class rep, or if there's one already in existence, I'm going to share my email in the chat function. Kindly get in touch with me so that I can be sharing with you relevant links. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Jose Maria. Okay. As we are discussing, there was in management accounting, okay, you did discuss on how to manage inventory, isn't it? And you did use, for example, the EOQ model. You did use that, isn't it? Yes, let me just confirm. I guess you must have done that. But let me just confirm. Yes, you did. Sharon has confirmed you did that. Thank you, Sharon. So, as per se, therefore, actually, as I mentioned, there's with something that makes it easy for you to understand financial management that you've already learned before, but that doesn't mean that you are not. It puts you off in case that event was had, if MA was had, not necessarily, but either way. Anyway, so we shall be discussing, therefore, how do you manage stock, okay? And we shall use, again, what we already discussed, the UQ model, because that's one of the way of trying to manage the inventory. Then you shall use some other models you can use when it comes to cash management, okay? We use some other model when it comes to debtors management, then some other models you'll be using when it comes to management of the payables, management of the creditors, okay? So here we will be discussing the current assets, okay, the three components, okay, and for the case of current liability, they can be many, okay. We have loans, short-term loans, we have overdraft, we have accruals, we have payables, but of all those, we shall be discussing the payables only, okay. So we won't discuss every single bit, okay. So we're only going to be discussing the payable as one of the major components of current liabilities. Okay, so we shall be subdivide this topic into some other topics. Okay, and this is a question, or this is a topic where you expect a question from examiner. Okay, so in any sitting, okay, I'll share with you the question bank. Okay, and we shall see that some of the topics that they are core topic, by core topics. So then this is one of them. It's one of the core topic that, of course, we do need to understand very well. Okay, it will be there in the exam. It will be there in the exam for sure. Okay. So I'll give more concentration in that topic. Next, we go back here to time value of money. Next, we'll be discussing will be on time value of money. Okay, so time value of money becomes therefore our fourth topic. Okay. And time value of money, okay, they're simple concepts, by the way. All you want to estimate is that as a company, okay, you may want to, or even as an individual, not just as a company, that you may want to assess the current value. Yes, you're going to make an investment that is going to give you 10 million, but this 10 million will be in 10 years' time. Now you may want to decide, yes, it's 10 million, seem to be out of money, but in today's term, what's the value of that money? Okay, in today's term, what's the value of that money? Okay, because as I mentioned, as time goes by, money do lose its value. Okay, there'll be some lost value along the way. Okay, so it's not always going to be the case where you have money value of money remain constant. Okay, no, that won't happen. Okay, a simple example: if you look at the price of I'm gonna look at, for example, the price of bread. Okay, very simple household good. Its price like 10 years ago, okay, it must have been like 20, 25 there. Right now, how much does it cost? It costs, I think, almost 50. So you can see that there's the same commodity. Okay, if anything, it's even smaller than it was those days. Okay, but the price, the commodity being the same commodity, its price has increased, has more than doubled. Why? Okay, because of inflation, because of I don't know, the need for profit from the manufacturer side. Okay, if you look at simple the price of petroleum products. Okay, the price of petrol 10 years ago. Okay, maybe it was like 64. Okay, how much does it cost right now? It costs 100 plus. Why? Okay, so generally, as time goes by, money do lose value. Okay, one of the key contributors being the inflation in the economy. Okay, so the company, therefore, you may want to estimate, I'll get 10 million in the year 2030, but what's the value today? Of course, it'll be lower value. Okay, so in this topic, we'll be discussing how, therefore, do you estimate the current value? What we mean by what we call present value. Okay, how do you therefore estimate the value of money you're going to receive or you're going to invest 10 million today? Therefore, in 3 years' time, in 4 years' time, okay, what is going to be the value of this 10 million I've invested today? Okay, so you'll be compounding. Okay, that's what we mean by compounding. Okay, getting the present value is called discounting. Okay, so we shall discuss all these concepts in that topic. Okay, a very straightforward topic. Okay, the main intention, okay, of learning this topic is to apply it. Okay, the main intention of trying to do the time value money is to apply it in what we mean by appraisal. Okay, therefore the next topic we'll be discussing will be on the appraisal of investment, or what is the so-called the capital budgeting decision. Okay, what do you mean by what we call capital budgeting decision? Okay. Now, in capital budgeting, okay, what does capital budgeting mean? As the name is suggesting, you want to budget capital for long-term investments. Okay, so you're going to buy a machine. You don't buy a machine every day. Okay, as a company, you buy maybe once every 3-4 years, or every 10 years, for example, if the machine has a longer life. Okay, as KQ, for example, you don't buy planes every day. Okay, so all these long-term investment, they do require you as a company to put down money in a long term, putting down money for a long period of time. Okay? Therefore, what do? You must assess the value. If I buy this plane as KQ, okay, a plane with a life for 40 years, in the next 40 years, how much value is it going to bring to the business? So you must appraise this investment. You must appraise this particular project. You must determine how much value are you going to get as a company from this investment. Okay. So in capital budgeting decision, the main idea is about appraising, trying to determine whether this investment is worthwhile or not. Okay, how much value we're going to get from this particular investment. Okay, so we should be discussing what are the different appraisal techniques. Okay, what are the different methods we can use in getting the value. Okay, we should discuss a number of methods. Okay, we can use when it comes to getting the value. Okay, we have, for example, the use of the payback period. A minute. So one of the methods we can use is called the payback period. Now, what does payback period mean? I guess by now you, from the time you can be able to tell that how long do it take as a company to get back our money from the cash or from the cash to be received from the investment. You did invest, okay? This investment did cost you 10 million. You have put down 10 million in the year 2020. How long do you take to get back the 10 million from the cash to be received from the investment? Okay, you are an Uber person, for example. Okay, you're going to buy an Uber taxi, for example. How much? Let's say 1 million. Okay, every day you're going to be getting cash. Okay, now the question is, yes, you did pay 1 million to get this to buy this particular Uber taxi. Okay, how much cash does this Uber taxi make? Of course, removing all the expense you do pay. Okay, the one you actually pay. Okay, if, for example, you're going to employ a driver every day, the driver brings to you 10,000. Okay, net of all the expenses. So it means that every day you get 10,000. At the end of the year, maybe 10,000 times how many days? Assume that you're paid for 300 days in a year. Okay, therefore, at the end of the year, it brings back 300,000. Okay, that's 300,000. If you 300 multiplied by 10,000, that's more than that's an exponential investment. For 310,000. Assume that in the most case scenario, it brings 1,000 per day. Okay, now, so that at the end of the year, it brings to you 300,000, because 300 times 1,000, that is 300,000. Yes. Okay. Assume at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it brings back 300,000. Now the question you want to ask yourself is that how long do you take to get back the 1 million you spent on this particular car? Year 1, you get 300,000. Year 2, another 300,000. Year 3, another 300,000. It means by the end of year 3 and some few months, you've gotten back all your money. Okay. Therefore, in short, we can say therefore that there is Uber investment. Okay, took 3.5 years to get back the 1 million you spent on the investment. That's called the payback. Okay. Then you have another method called the accounting rate of return. Okay, it's another method we can use when it comes to the appraisal, the accounting rate of return. And here, it's simply trying to determine how much profit do we make from this Uber business for every dollar we spent of 1 million. So this is about profit, not about cash, by the way. Now this is more towards the profit side of it. Okay, that we spent 1 million, but how much in terms of profit does this 1 million make for us? For every dollar, for every shilling we did spend in this investment, for every shilling of the 1 million we spent, how much profit is it able to make for the company? And that's what we call the accounting rate of return, or the return on capital you employed, the return for every shilling of initial investment you spent. Okay, we call the accounting rate of return. Okay. Then another method we can use is called this of the net present value. Okay, NPV. Okay. Now the NPV is an easy method. What you're trying to say is that you're going to get money from the investment for the next 10 years. So the first thing is get the value of all that money, of all the cash you'll be receiving from the investment over its life. Get the value of all that money in today's term. Okay, you're going to get 1 million in year one. Determine therefore what the value of that 1 million in year one in today's term. Okay, you're going to be getting 3 million in year three. So get the money, the total cash in present value term in today's term. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Okay, so the use of the net present value. So get the sum total of all the cash the company, the project has made for you. Okay, then compare that with how much money do you spend. Okay, for example, assume that the amount you're going to receive of cash, okay, from this Uber business, okay, within its life. Assume that by the end of the 4th year, you decide to sell off this particular car, okay. So therefore, you determine how much cash did I receive from this Uber business, for example, okay. For the 4 years I've used it, okay, I'll get, in today's term, the amount of money I'll be getting is 1.3 million. Yeah, an example, okay. How much money, then you compare, how much money did I spend to buy this car? I spent 1 million. Therefore, what's the excess of the amount I spent over what I received? It's 1.3 million minus 1 million. And therefore, what is remaining is 0.3 million. That's what we call the NPV. Give us something called the NPV. Okay. So I discuss it, let it alone, okay, on the use of all these methods. Okay. And now this is another core topic. This is another core topic, okay, which of course I'll give more concentration on it. Okay, this is another topic, core topic that I'll give more concentration on it. Okay, so that because the examiner in most of the sitting, he will be asking the questions. Okay, so you're given a scenario question. Okay, and out of the scenario, you're meant to appraise the investment. You're meant to determine the NPV. You're meant to get the payback period for that. Okay, so this is one of the key topics that I'll put more attention on, because I know the examiner is going to ask in the exam. Okay. The next decision after done that is more towards financing decision. Okay. So already done with the appraisal of investment. The next will be on the financing decision. Where is it? Yes, here it is. Okay. So there's going to be therefore our topic 6. Okay, on the financing decision. Okay. So the financing decision, what shall we be discussing? We discuss what are the different ways that you can finance yourself. Okay, what are the different ways you can finance yourself? You can finance yourself using bank loans. You can finance yourself using bank overdraft. You can issue shares in the market. Okay, you can issue, for example, bonds in the market. Like for example, the case of the Kenyan government, they normally once in a while issue what's referred to as the Euro bonds. Okay, so what are the different ways? What are the different available mechanisms that you can use as a company to finance yourself? So both short-term and long-term. Okay, so we shall discuss in this topic. Okay, about the financing decision. Okay, simply determining where the money can come from. Who is going to provide you money? If we have shareholders, what are the means available to the company to be financed by the shareholder? You can decide, for example, I'll issue or I'll give extra shares to the shareholder for a price. Okay, you can call upon. We as Safaricom, okay, you call upon the current shareholder, not the future, but the current shareholder. We can decide we are going to give you extra shares of Safaricom, but don't pay us the current market value of 28, for example, but pay us 20 shillings per share. Okay, that's another way of trying to raise the shares. Okay, so we have discussed all this, the financing decision, more towards the source of finance. The next financing decision, okay, as per se, this is not a very good term to use for you, okay, but either way, you're going to use it for your syllabus. So this is more towards finance sources. So this is again more towards finance sources, okay, as opposed to being sort of finance. both the next decision and the financing decision. So the first decision and the financing decision is determine where the money comes from. The next thing is determine whoever is going to give you money, how much return do they want? So the next is what was cost of capital. So this is going to be is part and parcel of actually, okay, financing decision, okay, we'll call the cost of capital, okay. Now in this topic, what do we want? In this topic, the objective is determined. The shareholders have given you money. You as Safaricom, you went to the market and you did issue shares to the current shareholder or to the public members. But now they can't just give you money. They want return. Shareholders, they want the dividend. If you go to the bank to get money, the bank wants interest. So in short, in this topic at the cost of capital, we are trying to quantify, okay, the return every different capital provider is going to be expecting from the company. Okay, so in this case, we'll be discussing the different models available, okay, that you can use in determining the different return the different providers of capital expect to get from the business. Okay, that's given the cost of capital. Okay, so in this case, we'll be discussing a number of models when it comes to the cost of capital, trying to quantify, trying to know, okay, what does each of the different providers of capital expect to receive for them to give their money to the company, to give their money to finance the business. What return do they want? To the investor, the person giving the money, is a return. To the company is a cost. Okay, so they call the cost of capital. Okay, that's therefore will be our next topic. Okay, next after that, not these. Not financial analysis. Next after that is going to be on the dividend decision. So topic 8 here will be on the dividend decision. That is going to be topic 8. Okay, what is dividend? As just mentioned, dividends is a return the shareholders expect receive for them to give the money. Okay, the dividends. Okay, so in this topic, what we shall do? Okay, we shall be discussing what are the way you can pay the dividends to shareholder. You can pay them cash. You can decide to give them extra shares of the company at no extra price. Okay, that's another way of trying to pay the dividend. Okay, giving the shareholder extra dividend with no price. You tell them, I'm going to give you for every share you own the company, I'll give you an extra 1 share for free with no any payment they're meant to pay. Okay, that's called the script dividend. Okay, so we'll be discussing how do you pay the dividend? What are the forms of paying the dividend? And then we shall ask a question: does paying the dividend, or is it worthwhile to pay the dividend? In short, therefore, we discuss the what called the dividend theories. Okay, so we'll be discussing what we call the dividend theories. Okay, so what are the theories that do support the payment of the dividend? What are the theories that say that it is not worthwhile at all, okay, for company to pay the dividend? So we shall discuss theories, okay, I will call propositions, okay, put forth that either say it is good or it is not good to pay the dividends. Okay, so that's going to be on that particular topic, okay, on the dividend decision. Next, we'll be discussing will be on the risk and return. Okay, risk and return. Of course, at the end of the day, when it comes to making an investment decision, you want to make a decision: should I invest in Safaricom shares, or should I invest in EABL shares? Okay, you as an investor, you have to make an assessment. Okay, how much return will I be getting in case I invest in, for example, in Safaricom share? How much dividend does it pay? Okay, if I bought the share at 20, what the chance that it will increase from 20 to 30? Okay, if they also are shares of Safaricom, if I bought the shares of EABL, okay, they go for 150. By how much are they going to increase from 150? Okay, so you have to quantify, okay, the amount of return you shall be receiving from that investment, for example. Okay, if I tend to invest in the bonds, they are bonds that are normally issued by government on the mobile phone. They're called what? I can't remember the exact name they normally call them. where I think the minimum you do invest is 3,000. Okay, but bonds issued by the government, okay, so you can access them through the use of mobile phone. Okay, either way. So what do you do as an investor? You try to determine how much time will I be making from this investment. Okay, but you don't just look at the return side of it. You also look at the risk. Okay, you don't just look at the return. You have to quantify the risk. Okay, you quantify what is the risk that this return I anticipate to get. I anticipate to be that in the next 1 year, Safaricom shall pay me dividend, but it's not a guarantee. The Safaricom says that you're not going to pay dividend for the next, maybe, I don't know, for the next X years, for example. So there's a risk that you might not be paid the money that you anticipate. So that is quite a possibility that you might not be paid the money. Okay. So therefore, you have to quantify both risk and the return. Okay. And of course, if one of the investment between the Safaricom and EABL, EABL gives you more return, okay, than Safaricom. If the risks are the same, what do you do? Of course, you choose EABL. Okay. If, for example, the two stock, EABL and Safaricom, give you the same return, however, EABL is more risky. Do you see that point? Okay, that the EABL and Safaricom give the same return. However, in terms of risk of those returns, the risk of return of EABL is higher than Safaricom. Therefore, what do you do? Of course, invest in Safaricom because you get the same return for a lower amount of risk. Okay, so all that we shall be discussing in that particular topic: how we get the return of different assets, how we get the risk of different assets. Okay, so we have been discussing all that in topic number 11, number 10, okay, number 9 here. Okay, as I mentioned, I will not follow what the syllabus is like here. Okay, for the sake of ease of understanding the concepts. Okay, and the next topic will be on valuation. We discuss on finance forecasting. Will be on valuation. Let me discuss. So the next will be on valuation. So the next is going to be on valuation. Now, what is my valuation? Valuation is simply trying to estimate, for example, the company's value. Okay, we want to. We have NIC, we have CBA. Of course, shareholders of NIC want to merge the shareholders of CBA to form NCBA. Okay, of course, you have to sit down. You as the shareholders of CBA. Okay, what is our value? You as shareholders of NIC, what is our value? Because if you don't do a good valuation of your company, what does it mean? Someone is going to be losing. Okay, so because it was enough that valuation need to be done properly to determine what is the value of our business. We as NIC, or the value of the business, we as CBA. Once we combine, what is going to be the value after that? Essentially, the key concern here is in the case of merger. Okay, two companies coming together. Okay, you have to be very careful. Okay, that you do carry out valuation properly. Okay, you don't want a scenario where someone will end up losing money. Okay, so we discuss therefore what are the different ways you can do in getting that value. Okay, we should discuss another method. Okay, all the different models available. Okay, that you can use to estimate that value. There is a model, by the way. Okay, and this topic is not as big as it looks like, by the way. Okay, so don't be too afraid of seeing like to be a big topic. It's a very easy topic. Okay, but we shall be discussing the different models you can use when it comes to valuation of companies, as well as valuation of individual financial instrument, financial asset. How do you value equity shares? How do you value bonds? How do you value preference shares? Okay, so we have been discussing the different method you can use when it comes to valuation of the different financial instruments. Okay, by the use of some models. Okay, so it's an easy topic, by the way. It's quite an easy topic, so don't get too worried about it. The next thing we discuss should be on what I call financial forecast. I'll not do financial analysis. Okay, financial analysis is about the use of financial statement ratios, and I think you've done the ratios. You've done the ratios in financial accounting. Okay, how to get gross profit, how to get net profit, how to get so the ratios, I think, unless we have time, okay, we shall not do those ratios. We shall not do the ratio analysis bit of it, okay. Who are the user of finance statement? No, this one is to, I don't know, this is to lower you to section 1, which I'll not do, okay. So I'll not discuss that bit of, okay. Actually, the key bit I'll be discussing is more towards financial forecasting, okay, financial forecasting, okay. That is what we're discussing. Anyway, so financial forecasting, okay. Now, financial forecasting is simply trying to, for example, determine, as a company, we want to have our sales increasing from the current level of, we as ABL, just an example, okay. Our current sales is equal to, let's say, 50 billion. That's an example. That's our current sales. In the next 2 years, we want to increase our sales from 50 billion Kenya shilling to, let's say, 70 billion Kenya shilling, an increase of 20 billion in terms of revenues. Okay, that's just a target you have. But now, is it going to be achieved? How do we finance that? That's the quote. For sure, you need to invest more towards your asset. You need, for example, to ask for more finances from suppliers or inventory. So at the end of the day, okay, for you to achieve that increase of 20 billion, okay, between year 2020 and year 2022, how much money must you get out of your pocket to support that increase in sale? That's going more towards financial forecasting, okay? That's going to be more towards the side of financial forecasting. Okay, I'll show you how you can determine the amount of money you need. Okay, by the way, don't think that for sales to increase by 20 billion, you need to invest 20 billion. You maybe need to invest more than 20 billion or even less than 20 billion. So it is not always a direct correlation, okay, between the increased sales and the amount of money you need to put, the amount of investment you need to make in a given case. Okay. And this is game topic 11. And lastly, the last one we should be discussing is going to be on Islamic finance. However, this one I'll give you in form of handout. So this one, okay, the Islamic finance, I'll give you in form of handout. Okay, which I think I'll give you as time goes by. Okay, the Islamic finance. Okay, and that is our syllabus. Okay, that's your syllabus. Now, this topic called imagine issue, that one I don't know. I think is what the exam is telling me, that the imagine issue in trades is just be open-minded. I can ask a question somewhere where it is not within a syllabus, because I think you've seen that in your exam sometime. The examiner pick a question, it's not within the syllabus. Okay, so sometimes that does happen. Okay, so the examiner can decide to pick from any of the topic, or not even some cases outside the topic. Okay, so that's not a topic that I don't know what I can discuss here, but just to be honest. Okay, so be simply way to be open-minded. I don't know what I can discuss there, so simply you being open-minded. Okay, so that's on our syllabus. Question? I hope I have all of you on board. Question? Joseph? Joseph? Could I have been talking to myself? Yes, Joseph.
Hi, sir.
Yes, so that is our syllabus.
Yeah. Sorry, there was a problem because I was unmuted, so I was trying to.
Oh,
okay, I was muted. I was trying to unmute myself, but it was not working from my side.
Ah, okay, don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, actually, I was the one who had muted you just to. Yes, okay, yes. So that's our syllabus. Okay, and what I want to ask you. And now the classes you'll be having, I prefer that, okay, we can continue I normally prefer for us to start at 5:40. Okay, is this for even for the rest of you, not just for Joseph. I normally prefer we start the class at 5:40, okay, and we finish at 8. So you start at 5:40 and we finish at 8, okay. Even for the physical class we had in Strathmore, that is what I don't prefer, because I don't would like going beyond 8, okay. Because most of the time that's when most classes come to an end. So I'll apply the same thing here. I'll apply the same thing here. However, I will be giving breaks. I prefer to give breaks, but because for you to do 2.5 hours like that marathon is not easy. It can be quite something. So I normally prefer to give the breaks. So at 7, most of the time, okay, I'll be giving breaks, okay, for like 15 minutes. Then we come back for our second session. Okay. For today, I did not give a break because it's simply about the course of time. Okay, that's why I never give a break. However, going forward, I will be giving breaks. Okay, so we begin at 5:40 all the way until 8. Okay, then the classes. Okay, so the link that we have used today. Okay, even the class for Wednesday will be the same link. Okay, so you just be clicking on that link to access our class. What else do I want to mention? Unless you have a question, I don't have anything else that is pending on my side. Question from any one of you? Sorry. Let me unmute you guys. So let me unmute. Yes. Now, in case of a question, you can unmute yourself. Now you can unmute. In case you have a question, unmute yourself, or a concern, or a suggestion. Okay, so you can unmute yourself, and the floor is open. In short, question